Hey, friends. Welcome to Coffee and Coaching with Raven. I'm Raven J. Williams, and I'm so glad you're here. Whether you're sitting at your kitchen table with a fresh cup of coffee, driving to work, getting the kids ready, or maybe you're just taking a few minutes to breathe before the day gets away from you. Thank you for spending a little time with me today. My hope is that every time we get together, you'll leave with one idea, one question, or one perspective that helps you lead a little better, think a little clearer, and live a little more intentionally. So grab your coffee. Let's have a conversation. You ready to dive in? Let's go. Today's coaching moment is called The Difference Between Influence and Empowerment. So, I've been thinking a lot about this lately. People are always giving advice. Sometimes we ask for it, and sometimes we don't. And I truly believe that most people mean well. I've learned something over the years. Not every piece of advice is actually about helping you. Sometimes it's filtered through someone else's experiences. Sometimes it's filtered through their fears. Sometimes it's filtered through what they would do if they were in your shoes. And sometimes, whether they realize it or not, it's filtered through what outcome they want. Now, hear me. I'm not saying people have bad intentions because most don't, but I've learned that hidden agendas rarely introduce themselves. They usually sound like concern, they sound like wisdom, and they sound like this. If I were you, yeah. And so before you know it, the conversation has been shaped so much that only one answer feels acceptable. That's why discernment matters, especially if you're in leadership. And let me say something that I believe with my whole heart. Leadership isn't about your title. You don't have to supervise people to be a leader. You can be a leader in your home, at work, on your team, in your friend group. If people look to you, learn from you, or trust your voice, guess what? Then you're leading, which means we have a responsibility because there's a difference between influencing someone and empowering someone. Here's what it is. Influence says, here's what I think you should do. Empowerment says, let me help you think this through so you can make the best decision for yourself. Did you hear the difference in those two? I'll say it again. Influence says, here's what I think you should do. Empowerment says, let me help you think this through so you can make the best decision for yourself. Do you hear the difference? One creates dependence, the other builds confidence. So, as leaders, our job isn't to create people who need us for every decision. Our job is to help people grow into leaders who can think, discern, and make wise decisions on their own. That's how leadership multiplies. All right, here's your one sip to think about. Before we wrap up today, I want to leave you with one question. Think about someone who has made a real impact on your life. Now, did they simply tell you what to do, or did they help you become someone you could think well for yourself? There's a big difference. And here's one more question for you this week. When people leave a conversation with you, do they feel more dependent on your opinion or more confident in their own ability to discern what's right? Sit with that this week. That's your reflection for this week. Keep this in mind. Great leaders don't create dependence, they develop discernment. That's it for today. Thank you for sharing your coffee break with me today. If this conversation has encouraged you, share it with someone who could use a little encouragement this week. And if you'd like to keep growing together every week, be sure to follow Coffee and Coaching with Raven so you never miss a coaching moment. Until next time, Keep thinking clearly, keep leading confidently, and keep taking action with purpose. Here's to clear thinking and strong leadership, one cup at a time. I'll see you next week. I'm Raven J. Williams. Thank you.